Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to make like a special emergency video on the Russian or Joe Biden or President Biden has just issued a ban on the importation of Russian ammunition and guns to the United States of America. Now, this is something, I thought I was going to have a normal weekend. I slept late, ran a few errands, started answering my daily emails from all my subscribers who were asking questions, and I get an email from someone and they say, hey, I'm giving you a heads up. They just put a ban on Russian ammo. So this must have happened in the last 24 hours. Because I go on YouTube, and of course these quote-unquote gun news channels have already posted and gotten 160,000 views and everything about the ban. And what they have done is put a ban in terms of when you request to import from a country, you have to, like ammunition. Here's some of the ammunition in that we're talking about, and it's basically steel-cased ammo and that. And I have several examples of it here. It comes in handguns, everything else. But what it does is when you request to import a shipment of ammunition or firearms, you must send it through to the ATF. And the ATF approves your importation, permission, whatever. After, and this is going to happen starting September, a date in September, that all requests to import ammunition or firearms from Russia will be denied. Okay, so that's how they're going to do it. It's a trade thing. It's like a trade sanction more than a ban on ammunition or a caliber. It's just they are not allowing a certain country to import said products, is what it is. It's not a gun law. It's nothing like that. It's an importation ban. But the thing is, what we import from Russia is low-cost steel-cased ammunition, which is really popular with a lot of people. And in these times of inflated ammo prices, you get more bang for your buck, shall we say. So let's talk about all of this here, and I'll tell you why, and here's the key. Do not panic, okay? Let me get the camera rearranged here. Okay, so I kind of tried to explain the situation best I could. The best thing to do is go to some of these other channels, and they'll explain to you this ban, this importation ban, okay? But anyone who owns AK-47 SKS, we all know that the lowest cost, 7.62 by 39 ammo, is made somewhere in a Russian factory, okay? The Wolf ammo, all this other stuff. This is Wolf ammo, has a steel case to polymer coating and this and that, and they make it in 7.62 by 54R, and a lot of calibers. Over the years, these Russian plants have manufactured just about all popular handgun calibers: 45, 40 Smith & Wesson, 10 millimeter, 9 millimeter, which is very popular, and 9 millimeter Makarov, which probably for something like 9 millimeter Makarov is a very low cost alternative compared to a commercially produced ammo from another provider. And they made 308, 30-06. I had a box of 30 carbine there. So a lot of this stuff was made for years. Now, some people do not like the steel-cased ammo, and that's fine. But see, now we have, in the middle of this crisis, they ban this stuff. So what does that do? And everyone's got the question, how is it going to affect it? Now, here is the warning. When someone told me, I went out and I looked to see how true this is. And I went, and some other people, Gun News or something, some guys do a presentation with their thing, and they do have over 100,000 hits within the last 24 hours or 48 hours. So this has only happened a few days ago. Okay? So this has only happened a few days ago, and it is an importation ban. Okay? They're not outlawing the ammo or anything, they're just not allowing any of it to be imported. Now, what is this? This is, like I said, this is not a gun law. This is a political thing. How does it all work? Well, let me explain to you. Back in the day, this is some of this first rate, I still got some of that first case of ammo I bought. Came from China. It was, I think that's like a steel case with a copper wash. And it's corrosive, barreled and primed ammo. That when I bought my SKS rifle that I have, I bought a case of this ammo. There was like 1,100 and some rounds in a wooden crate, and I paid $80 for it. And the ammunition came like this on the 10-round SKS stripper clips. Okay? And I still have some of it. It had stamp 75 and I think 16. Only two things. So it's Chinese made ammo. Stuff was dirt cheap, and this stuff was accurate as hell. Okay, I mean deadly accurate. Like I used to shoot half-inch groups at 100 yards in my SKS with this stuff. This stuff was great. So this went on for a number of years. Okay, we were taking in all kinds of stuff from China. The stuff was reasonably priced. You know, it wasn't on, they had some commercial guns in that, but basically SKS, AK-47s, and, you know, the Mosin Nagant carbines, and they were dirt cheap. People were buying them. The ammunition was dirt cheap. It was a free-for-all. What happened was, and the reason why to this day, at one point in the 90s, all importation of, number one, the Chinese ammo, this stuff was banned because it has a steel core, was deemed armor-piercing and dangerous for police and community and all this other crap. Okay, banned. So all ammo was banned, all gun importations were banned, and the only thing we can get from China is shotguns, I guess. But the days of the inexpensive ammunition, and the Chinese made all kinds. They made all calibers. There was 9mm, 9mm Mac. Because SKS rifles, up until the time the Chinese were allowed to import them, SKS rifles were extremely rare, and anything in the 7.62 by 39 was a rare caliber, and guns that fired it were also just as rare. So there were none. And within a very short period of time, with the Chinese importing low-cost firearms, the most commonly owned rifle in the United States of America at that time was the Winchester 94. Been in production about 100 years, okay? Was the most commonly owned gun. Within 10 or 12 years, the SKS in the 7.62 by 39 surpassed the Winchester 94 in the number of these firearms in the United States owned by Americans in like 10 years. Okay? So this is a caliber to stay. Why did they stop importing it? They stopped importing it because China is still a communist country. And however their system of government and the fact that, you know, communist country, you're not supposed to have money. Well, a whole boatload of money was going back for all these boatloads of guns coming across. And it was who was getting the money. There were certain political figures who were in charge of the military and the weapons, and when they were selling this stuff, the money was not going back to the government of China. The money was going back to these new, because with the collapse of communism in the 90s, the whole change of the world governments, okay, certain individuals in China were starting to accumulate a lot of cash. And if you got a lot of money, that means you have a lot of political power, okay? And what it was is our government did not like where the money was going and who was ending up accumulating the money and building wealth and a power base in China. Okay? That is the only reason they banned the importation of the ammunition and firearms from China. That is it. It is a political reason. It is not to thwart gun owners, because at the same damn time they were taking all the World War II rifles from Britain, France, all the Moss rifles, every damn type of Enfield you could imagine. Some of them were the last production. Those are the ones in a mummy wrap from 1953 or something. You could get those, and I mean they brought them in by the boatload. And what that was is the United States changed that law, and anything manufactured for 46 was considered an antique or not a modern firearm, and they allowed all our European countries to dump their surplus old rifles on our market and receive a cash payment. It's politics. Okay, that's all it is. It's politics. It's not who gets guns, the government don't care. All right, but now the gun control advocate are going nuts that you could buy a Lee Enfield, and for like $250 you had an old bolt action rifle, but you also had about 1,500 rounds to go with it. So now the politicians didn't like the fact that all these citizens, even though they had antiquated weapons, were armed with very large supplies of ammo that could turn into people that can resist for a long period of time. So they did kind of bring that out, that they didn't like that, but nevertheless, millions upon millions of outdated firearms and the ammunition that went with them were sold. Okay? So, what's this new problem and what does it mean for us? Well, obviously, the current events here in the past few weeks, we have been at odds with Russia for a long time. And it all comes in about Syria and everything else. And part of the Russians' arms trade with these trouble spots, well, these same factories is making this commercial grade ammunition that we buy. And somebody in one website said 40% of the ammunition sold in the U.S. is manufactured in Russia. So we're talking almost half of the ammo we got out there. And the recent ads that I have seen this past just 48 hours ago, Centerfire System, SG Ammo, all this other stuff was listing all these cartridges, 7.62 by 39, 9 millimeter, 5.223 or 5.56, whatever. All these things were being listed and sales. They were even given free shipping 48 hours ago. These videos come out of the ban. I went there. SG Ammo, this stuff is not listed. Centerfire Systems, anything 7.62 by 39 is sold out and not listed or called for availability. So, be warned. There is no way in hell these companies sold all this ammunition that they got in. If they got it in where they sent me an email and they're telling me they're advertising it, that means they got a tractor trailer load or a couple of them of this stuff in. And there's no way in hell they sold it out in 24 hours. Okay, no way. So what happened is this importation ban hit the news. Everyone's in a panic. Okay? This is where you're going to get burned. Alright? I know they didn't sell that ammo they were advertising 2 days ago. But I guarantee you that the price on this is going to go up. There's a total panic. You can't, it's 50 cents a round for steel cased ammo. Alright? At the cheapest. I don't know what it was. I haven't bought any of it. I have a lot of it. But it's total panic. So, let's say that they ban Tula, Wolf, and that forever. It's never going to be imported again. Okay? So we're going to talk 7.62 by 39. Keep it simple. Okay, here's PPU ammo, 7.62 by 39. This is from Bosnia Herzegovina, I guess, or whatever. PPU, brass case, soft point ammo. Granted, this ammunition is not as cheap, or this ammunition costs more than steel cased ammo, okay? And who knows, now that the Russians can't import ammo, maybe some of these countries will start producing steel cased ammo of their own. So you got PPU, all right? Now, Red Army Standard. This here is curious. This stuff come out a few years ago. I don't know if it still does. But this here, this box, this particular batch that I got, came in this box. And a lead core, non-corrosive brass case, 30 cartridges made in Bosnia Herzegovina, which I believe is PPU. Okay. And it has Red Army in English stamped on the head stamp. Okay. Brass case, reloadable. That's why I bought it. It was more expensive than buying Wolf ammo. Now, here's the thing. We already said about the Chinese ammo. One more thing here. Hold on. Okay, so Red Army Standard was distributed by Century Arms. That's right. So, as time went on, I was wandering through a gun shop and I seen this other box. Hey, Red Army Standard. And the price wasn't that high. I remember that. And I was walking past the counter and I said, hey, that's pretty cool for Red Army Standard, because I thought all of it was this reloadable ammo. And if you notice, it comes in a different style box. Okay. And this is 20 rounds instead of 30. So I bought this, wasn't thinking, and what I ended up with is Wolf ammo. Our beloved steel case Wolf ammo. So that's where I wasn't thinking, made an impulse buy. And what it says on this box, it comes in a standard Wolf style box. Lead core, non-corrosive, steel case, 20 cartridges made in Russia. Okay, so what I'm telling you right now is beware. I wouldn't panic. I came out and I got really bent out of shape. I go, another thing kind of just pops up on us. And I said the price of this ammo is going to skyrocket. I better go see how much 7.62 by 39 I got. And I got a bunch of it. I even found some of the stuff from China. I should go and shoot this because it's been laying around 40 years. So the thing is, don't panic. Now, I went out and checked before I made this video. Everybody's sold out. You're not going to find any. If you do find some ammo, it's anywhere from 50 cents or more for the steel cased ammo. So I don't know what it was going for. I don't know what it bounced back, because I kind of knew I had a supply of it and I wasn't looking to buy any. Actually, I sold a bunch of it. And actually, from what I was selling, I found I still had 500 rounds of the stuff left over before this all started, when I was selling it at the flea market. So I got an ample supply of fairly newly manufactured ammo. But yeah, I just, the confusion, the panic, don't fall for it. Now, like I said, you can get ammo. Don't think you're not going to get 7.62 by 39. You can get it from Czechoslovakia. Now, I believe this Red Army Standard stuff, some of it came in a shipment that was made from Poland. Poland is in the European Union. It is not part of Russia. And I don't believe there's any sanctions against Poland importing ammo. Either is there from Bosnia Herzegovina, Romania, Bulgaria. Okay, these countries make ammunition. Okay, they have some sort of factory, I believe, there. I think this is some Romanian steel-cased 8mm that came in. Some of this was floating up again, okay? 22 and 74, so any of you cartridge experts, 22 is probably the Arsenal factory. This is in a generic plain box. I got some of this from a few years ago. So a lot of these countries, they're not affiliated with Russia, may be able in time to start importing to us these steel-cased ammo for 7.62 by 39, 7.62 by 54. I know you can get it from Seller and Below, or you can reload it. I didn't reload it because it was cheaper to shoot this old military stuff than it was to take the time to reload the ammo. You could, I didn't go to Starline. Starline was making the brass, which probably if you go and check it'll be sold out, but you can reload 7.62 by 39 and get way better accuracy if you work at it. I've seen a guy do it with just a stock SKS rifle. Get superb accuracy with a little bit of work. Okay, getting American-made components. All right, so the key here is don't panic. Okay, there are other countries that make it, and probably you can still get a lot of these steel case things that are going to be banned, but it'll just be quite a bit more expensive. Instead of 30-40 cents a round, you're going to be paying $1 a round now, but you'll still be able to shoot your gun. So don't fall for it, don't panic. Wait and see what happens, because right now there's suspicious stuff that within 48 hours all of these companies are out of stock. SG ammo isn't even, I looked, there is no 7.62 by 39, it's not even on the website, okay, which I doubt, considering that they've been running for the past 3 weeks sales. And sales to where it started off, it was with shipping, then they had this sale come up just this week, free shipping, and I got 2 or 3 emails. And 7.62 by 39 was listed on there, several different types, because there's Barnell, there's Tula, and that Royal Tiger or something, it's all Russian-made stuff. And in 48 hours, it's gone. So don't get burned, don't get screwed. And I went in a lot of places, even more expensive Winchester ammo is sold out. So now there's a panic. Everyone's going nuts and buying whatever the hell they can get their hands on, and this is where you're going to get screwed, because I bet you these guys are going to raise the price on the steel case stuff almost up to where it's like the brass case stuff. Don't be paying premium. This is premium grade reloadable ammo. Okay, do not be paying this price for this stuff. Okay, you just may have to come to the very sad conclusion that it's going to cost you more to shoot your gun using a different type of ammo. The inexpensive ammo may be gone for good. It may not. It may pop up from another source. But right now, I wouldn't buy anything. Okay, because you're going to get burned. So, take my advice, and I'll cover this as it goes on and see how this develops or what happens. And also, the one guy stated that this ban is only for 1 year. It does have a limit. And, like he said, they usually never let the limits out. Well, the thing is, the way our country is and the whole situation, things are changing rapidly, and in 1 year, God only knows what the situation is going to be. So I would not get too upset or think that this ban will last that long. And the thing is, if somebody pressures them and they got to remove it, they will. So let's just wait and see, stay calm, and do not, go crazy and start buying 10,000 rounds of this stuff because it's steel cased ammo. It ain't worth paying double or triple for something when you can still go be patient, get better grade ammo, or reload it. It'll cost you, but why pay more for something where the product doesn't demand from the material itself, doesn't demand the cost? Yeah. All right, guys, stay tuned.